All right, hey guys, welcome back to another newsfeed video here for you. This one we're talking about financing for the 2025 4Runner, the rates, the interest rates. These are pretty crazy what we're seeing here. So 2025 4Runner is finally out. It's hitting the dealers right now. We're seeing them available. And here's the rates from Toyota if you're ordering it directly, if you're going to finance it through Toyota. You're looking at 9.02% at the best you're going to get from Toyota on the Land Cruiser or the 4Runner. This is for both of them. It says right here it's for both of them. It says in here someplace, but it's for both. But you're at 9.02 is the lowest you're going to get, and you're all the way up to 9.41%. 9.5, basically 9.5%, regardless of how good your credit is on these vehicles. So they give you a breakdown. On a 24-month loan of a base model 4Runner SR5, base model, two-wheel drive probably, base as low as it gets, 42,220. You are looking at a total of 46,300, which is $4,000 in interest on a base model. If you go for 60 months, on that same one, you're looking at $10,000 of interest on that, on a 60-month loan on there. So 10 grand on 60 months on a base model SR5. And if you go to 72 and stretch it out and you get 9.41%, you are getting, you're going to pay a total right here of $13,195 in interest. $13,000 in interest on a 72-month loan. These rates are pretty crazy. Now, it's interesting that Toyota is only doing this on their SUVs. It says right here, the same rates apply to the Land Cruiser and the Sequoia as well. Since both have higher base prices, Land Cruiser starting at under 60, the Sequoia above that, the costs just keep climbing. Says though that the Tacoma, truck-wise, the Tacoma is available for 4.9% for 24 months and 60 months, and 5.9% for 72 months. What a difference that is. That's almost double. That's insane differences. I wonder why they're playing these games. And it gets even better. If you want yourself a Tundra, you can get a Tundra anywhere from 24 to 48 month term, 1.9% for up to 48 months, and 60 to 72 months at 2.99%. That's pretty big difference. That's pretty crazy. I don't know what Toyota's thinking here, what they got going on. Maybe it's because they just, I don't know. I got nothing. But these prices, that's pretty nuts when you think about it. That's pretty insane. For somebody with good credit today, in 2025, if you got good credit, you should be in the 3 to 4% is what you should be paying. 3, 4, maybe 5, maybe some places even 6 if they're kicking in a percent or two. But for Toyota to be coming in at 9%, most of the people that are buying a Land Cruiser, a Sequoia, or a 4Runner are people that are probably doing pretty good. They're pretty well off. They're in pretty good shape credit-wise. This is not, this is that kind of a vehicle that people gravitate to. And yet they're going to hit him with an almost 10% interest rate in 2025. Let the reality of that sink in. I find that pretty nuts. Moving on from there, here we go. This one right here. Now, we don't get it here, but it does answer some questions here. But the Suzuki, the Jimny. The Jimny overseas is a very popular little vehicle, and we had it here for a while, way back in the day. Was one of my high school dreams because a buddy of mine had one, had a Suzuki Samurai, and he had it all decked out with these gold spoke rims on it and big wide tires and, kicker stereo system. It was pretty sweet. But the Jimny, as it was for us, was called the Suzuki Samurai, is how we had it here, and that was way back in the day in the 90s. But the Jimny's been popular still overseas. And it's introduced a 4-door model in India, South Africa, and Australia in 2023. And it finally just opened its order books for the Japanese market 4-door Jimny on January 30th. As I'm recording this, this was written today, on the 4th, that's today. It was an instant hit, and the company received so many orders that it has suspend all future orders after being open for just 4 days. Okay, a lot of people are like, well, I would expect that to happen. That's that's pretty cool, pretty normal. But there were around 50,000 orders placed but the sole manufacturing plant that produces a four-door Jimny can only produce 1,200 units per month, so those 50,000 orders back up production for the next 3.5 years. So if you ordered one, you might be waiting 4 years before you even get one of these. That's pretty crazy. But it also answers a question. We'll dive more into this vehicle in a second, but think about the reality that too here. The same thing happened here when Jeep had the Wranglers, and then they came out with the Wrangler Unlimited, the four-door version. Look at what happened there. Sales went through it like crazy. Now the four doors outsell, you know, it's like 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 30 to 1, something like that. But the amount of four doors sold versus two doors is astronomical. Same with the Broncos. Look how many four-door versions of the Bronco they sell versus the two doors. Same with pickup trucks. Look how many crew cabs they sell versus two-door standard cabs. People want cab space. They want the room inside of there. And these vehicles give them to them. So there's no denying it. This was a pretty huge hit for this vehicle to go four-door. Now, we got some pictures of it we'll look at too and some other interesting details. But like I said, it makes sense. Here it is right here. Look at this thing. What a sweet little ride. Wait till you see the price of this. The price is crazy cool. So here it is right here, the Jimny. We'll still look at the rest of the pictures here first. Look at, I mean, such a great little vehicle, great little off-roader. We want to talk about slow. The Jimny's 0 to 60 time is pretty freaking slow at almost 15 seconds, 0 to 60 time. It's got like 100 horsepower. But look at this thing. I mean, it is a true little off-roader. Why is it such a good off-roader for a little vehicle? You have this very great approach angle here, excellent departure angle, close, short, tight wheelbase for a good breakover angle, and you got the good four-wheel drive system in it. It's a little vehicle, but it is a little beast, a little billy goat of a vehicle. Where are we coming in at on this thing here? Well, it's right here. It comes standard with a part-time four-wheel drive system with low-speed transfer case, so that's good. And it's powered by the same 1.5-liter inline four-cylinder that produces 103 horsepower and 99 foot-pounds of torque as the two-door. Same one in both, four-door and two-door. Let that sink in for us here in America, okay? 103 horsepower and 99 foot-pounds of torque, and they bought them out for 3.5 years worth of orders in 4 days. Now, what about the price? Okay, well, they give you the options here. It's offered with your choice. You can also get it with a 5-speed manual, or, shockingly, a 4-speed automatic. 4-speed automatic. Let that sink in a world of 8, 9s, and 10 speeds that we have here. Its base price in Japan converts to $17,200, and the four-door Jimny cost $4,500 more than the cheapest two-door Sierra in Japan. So, but basically, it's coming in. It says $18,000, $17,000 for this is the equivalent cost. Pretty interesting, pretty crazy, an excellent vehicle. Like I said, this thing has been around for a long time. And if you're in the off-road world, you know about the two-door and you understand and respect it. It's an amazing vehicle. This new four-door, this sets the pace, is something pretty cool. But the key takeaway here is how everybody around the world wants more cab space. In every vehicle there is, no matter how you cut it or what you do with it, if you give them more cab space, they get more excited about it. This one will not off-road as good as the two-door one. Just like a four-door Jeep or Bronco will not off-road as good as a two-door one. We live in times where people spend 90% on the road and 10% in hardcore off-road stuff, even for the best of people at off-road. So realistically, the cab space becomes crucial. So there you go. Any questions, comments, put them below. Thanks for watching.